In the tunnel.
In the tunnel.
In the tunnel.
In the tunnel. In the tunnel.
You're listening to In the Tunnel. You're listening to In the Tunnel.
Hello and welcome to In the Tunnel, episode number 32.
Yeah, 32 or 31. It's one of the two.
It's 32 on my count, so we're going with it.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah. So today, as the title suggests, we're going to be spinning a bunch of wheels.
It's about time that we created our own thing. And so this so far is our own thing idea.
Right. So
this is what we're going with.
So I say let's just step into it, and just for a little bit of context, we are just going to fill a bracket out with
absolutely no decision making on our part whatsoever.
Right, and see how bad it is when they actually choose the bracket.
Right. It's like a science experiment. You need a variable. So this is going to be our variable. When the actual brackets come out, we'll be able to compare accuracy based on random draw versus actual, results. And so, yeah, let's get into it.
So yeah, we have a couple of wheels. We're just going to keep cycling through them and see how it goes. Yeah. So first one, here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill the play-in round first, then go through each side of the bracket.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go.
All right.
Louisville.
All right. So this is the first 16 team. We're filling the play-in games first, correct?
Yes.
All right. So ACC, Louisville, they're a top 25 team. Don't know how they fall into a 16 seed, but
16 seed for play-in, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. Currently, Louisville 17-8 overall. You really don't like seeing a team with way more wins than it has losses, like Louisville, especially in a power conference like the ACC, fall all the way down to a playing game, especially the 16 seed one. But it's on them.
Yep. So next wheel. All right, so this one has a bunch of other teams, if you couldn't tell, and hitting it.
Yeah, so we have 7 wheels, loosely based on mascot and conference. Every team in Division One basketball is in any of these wheels. It's just, you got to make sure that you had the labels on the wheel, otherwise you can't really pick.
Right. So the team that got in for this against Louisville, because we're just going to fill them top down, is the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles.
Ooh, the team that made a little bit of a Cinderella run a few years ago. Currently not that team.
Not that close to that team.
They're not even at the top of their conference, I don't think. Let's see. Florida Gulf Coast. They are 11-16 currently.
But that's more of a 16 team for you.
A regular 16 seed team actually wouldn't have a losing record to begin with.
I know.
But this is the NCAA. These are student athletes, and anything is possible.
Right. So, next wheel.
All right, so that is the 16 seed matchup to see who will play in Region 1 against the number 1 seed there.
Right. Louisville and Florida Gulf Coast.
Yeah. Let's see what Vegas would put odds on that one.
Oh, boy.
It's only going to get better. This is already way too much fun. And we're just setting the bracket today. Just wait till the actual games happen.
Right. So next is Region 2, which we're filling the 11 seed for some reason. But hey, why not?
Well, no, because that's how it works. In the actual NCAA tournament is they fill 2 16s and 2 11s.
So the first 11 seed is the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders.
All right. Let's see. Middle Tennessee State. Okay. So they are in Conference USA, which doesn't really have a headquarters as far as I know of, at least not, general knowledge. They are currently 8-18, and they are.
Oh, this is great.
I mean, they are 1-9 in away games, 0-4 in neutral site games, which is going to be tough because all March Madness games are neutral site games. But this is what happens.
Right. So, who will they be playing?
Yeah, a Cinderella story in the making, I'm sure.
All right. So let's see who they'll be playing from our fourth wheel. And they get Northern Illinois Huskies.
All right, so Northern Illinois, I believe, a team that was in the tournament. Actually, that was Northern Iowa. I'm thinking of. All right, so from the Mid-American Conference in the Western Division is the 12-13 Northern Illinois.
All right, they're more like at least they're close to 500.
They are 1-1 in neutral site games, 5-7 in conference, 8-4 at home, 3-8 away.
All right, hey, they're more like a 16 team than any team that we've had so far, but they're not on 16, unfortunately.
Exactly.
All right, so who's gonna do the 16 seed play-in for the third region?
Let me go back for a second on this 11 seed. That might be the closest matchup we get to an actual NCAA playing game matchup. You get a 2 mid-major conference team matchup.
Right.
Whereas we had Louisville versus Florida Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
The first one. All right.
All right.
Next, moving on.
Next 16. We'll do a bit of recap after we get through the teams.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oregon Ducks get a 16 seed for the play-in.
All right. Representing the Pac-12, it's the Oregon Ducks, and they are currently 15-9. They do have Manute Bol's son on the roster. Unfortunately, he got injured and is not playing this season. They are 6-5 in conference, 11-4 at home, 3-4 away, which is amazing how you can have 15 home games and only 7 road games.
This is college, dude.
And 1-1 in neutral site games.
All right.
So, yeah.
All right. So, what is their overall record again?
They are 15-9. They are currently 5th in the Pac-12.
Okay. All right. So, who will they be playing?
I'm so glad you asked, Sean, but I think you're the one with the answers there.
I am the one with all the control. Yes.
Yeah.
So, let's find out.
Put that on your resume.
It's Kentucky.
Oh, boy. Wow. Kentucky slipping from the top 5 all the way down to a play-in game to be a 16 seed. You really hate that it happens to these like blue chip programs that just compete every year. They must have lost out all the rest of the way. John Calipari probably on the hot seat. They are currently 20-4, third in the SEC conference. They are 13-1 at home, 6-1 away, and 1-2 in neutral site games. That being said, Oregon, I mean, if we're doing this not on a wheel, Oregon's done. Absolutely throttled. But that's why they play the game.
Right. All right.
Absolutely why they play the game.
All right, time for our last wheel to make its debut.
All right, let's do it.
And draw its first. And this will be for the last region's game. And it is Texas A&M.
All right, the Aggies.
CC Islanders.
Okay, never mind. It's not the Aggies. All right.
Let me finish. Right?
From the Southland Conference, where Sam Houston State is the leader of that conference. In 7th place in their own conference is the 10-14 Texas A&M CC Islanders. They are 5-6 within their own conference, 8-5 at home, 2-8 away, and 0-1 in neutral site games.
Don't look good for them, does it?
Hey, good enough to get in. That's all that matters.
Hey, all right. So, yeah, now we have our... we're doubling back, so we're going to hit the first wheel that we had again.
How amazing would it be if this was like an actual selection show where it's like you had the webcam cut to like the teams and chairs, just how they would react?
Oh, boy.
Next year.
All right, so who's going to play Texas A&M from the same wheel that chose Louisville, as you can see? We are
Louisville, yeah.
finding out. It is the Maine Black Bears.
All right, the Maine Black Bears in the American East Conference. I believe 9th place in their conference. They are the worst team to make it yet.
Oh, God.
Want to take a guess as to what their record is?
2-20.
Nope.
0-24.
No, they are 5-21.
Oh.
A solid 192%. 3-8 in conference, 3-6 at home, 2-15 away.
Oh boy!
I mean, they definitely played better at home, but that's mostly because they played all their games on the road. It's Maine.
Also neutral site games.
No, they haven't had any.
Oh well, I mean, I guess that's okay.
Yeah, clean slate.
All right, so yeah, just to recap, right? So
prove all the doubters wrong.
Oh boy, this thing. So Louisville versus Florida Gulf Coast for our Region 1 play-in for 16 seed.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders and Northern Illinois for Region 2's 11 seed.
Yep.
Then Oregon Ducks and Kentucky Wildcats for Region 3's bottom seed. And Region 4 has Texas A&M CC Islanders and Maine Black Bears for their 11 seed.
Now, just to, we'll do a quick recap. First of all, I have to say kudos to the wheel, because not because of how hilarious this is already, but the fact that 3 of the 4 matchups actually make sense, in the sense that they're mid-majors versus mid-majors and majors versus majors. we only had one matchup where it was absolutely unimaginable.
Hey, I
But
don't even know how to respond to that.
we have two teams in 16 seed play-in matchup that looks more like if a 2 played a 15.
Right.
Oh,
Hey.
you gotta love it.
All right. So, yeah, let's start filling out the regions and all that. So,
Yes, absolutely.
Region 1 gets to start with wheel number 2.
All right.
Same wheel that chose Florida Gulf Coast, guys. So, let's see. The next team to come out of this wheel is St. John's. They get the 1 seed.
All right, so Old Big East, St. John's play a lot of their games in the Garden. They're 18-7, 6-6 in their own conference, third in the Big East, 10-3 at home, 4-4 away, but 4-0 in neutral games. So St. John's is your number 1 seed, not number 1 in their own conference, but hey, there's still time. If the rest of the country lost all their games, St. John's could get a 1 seed.
Yeah, but I mean, due to the results of play-ins, they could be playing Louisville.
Again, Old Big East basketball. I'm all for it.
Right. So we're gonna hit the 8 seed next from Wheel 3.
We can either fill in 16 seeds at the end of the show or next week. We'll figure it out in that moment, but we still have a bracket to fill out.
Right. So 8 seed for this region. Northwestern.
All right. Big Ten. Northwestern made they had a huge drought in not being able to make the tournament up until, I believe it was 2 years ago. They are currently second from the bottom in the Big Ten. They are 12-12. They are 9-5 at home, 1-6 away, 2-1 in neutral site games. The only team worse in the Big Ten is Penn State at 9-15.
All right. Well, the wheel says they get the 8 seed, so they have the time to pick it up.
Yeah, and to speak positively of Northwestern, I mean, Rutgers is 12-12, and they are 4 spots above in the Big Ten. So, clear room for movement easily.
Yeah.
It's not as far-fetched as it sounds.
Hey, I mean, could happen. So.
And crazy things happen in March or February, depending on when this episode actually gets uploaded.
All right, so who is going to play them from Wheel 4?
Oh boy, this is exciting. The anticipation mounts.
And Columbia Lions.
Columbia. Ivy League.
They get a 9 seed.
They do. They get the 8th seed in their division, in their conference standings right now, which is the very bottom of the Ivy League. They are 6-14, 4-4 at home, 1-8 away, 1-2 neutral site. They've apparently played a lot less games in the Ivy League than the rest of the college basketball world has. So
maybe that's why they're the last.
Keep an eye out for Columbia to make a big run, mostly because they haven't played any games. Momentum swing in the latter half of the season.
Right. So it's time for Wheel 5 to choose Seed 5.
That's just too much of a coincidence to make sense.
Well,
I don't trust it. But
it's happening.
I don't have a choice. Oh boy.
Fresno State.
All right, Fresno State, a football school. Let's see. They are in the Mountain West Conference. They are 18-6. You know what? That's a 5. That's a 5-seed record. 18-6, 9-3 in conference, 11-3 at home, 5-2 away, and 2-1 in neutral site games.
Right.
That might be the most accurate placement of a team so far.
That's kind of sad, but actually actually better than I thought we would do.
Hey, a broken clock and I guess a wheel is right twice a day.
Yep. All right.
A clock is a wheel in a sense.
So, who are they facing?
The 12 seed, Sean.
Well, yeah, but we're spinning to find out. Oh, boy.
Hold for applause.
And it is Furman Paladins.
Okay, so Furman, they beat Villanova earlier this year. They are in the Southern Conference. They beat UNCG last night. 21-5 is their record. They are 10-4 in conference, 12-1 at home, 9-4 away. No neutral site games. Furman. It's spelled with a F-U.
Yep. I mean, what conference are they in, though?
The Southern. The SoCon.
Oh, okay.
SOCON.
Okay.
Home of Wofford and UNCG as well, who hold down the top 2 spots right now.
Okay. Well, what do you think about the seeding of 12 then for them?
I'd rather see UNCG in that spot, but it is. I gotta be a proud alum and say that we got robbed, but there's still plenty of time.
Oh yeah.
I think that our 5-12 matchup, I guess you could stamp it most accurate so far.
Yeah.
A mid-major normally goes no higher than 12. So.
Yeah. True.
All right.
So the
move it on.
4 seed is. Oh, this bracket's the one that chose Texas A&M CC. All right, it's going. And it's Omaha.
Nebraska Stakes. All right, so it is Nebraska Omaha.
Yep.
All right, so they are 15-9. They are second.
Omaha Mavericks, right?
I'm just looking at the standings, Sean. I do not have access to that material. They are 15-9, 9-2 in conference, 8-2 at home, 7-7 away. No neutral site games.
All right. So 4 seed, I guess, is not a thing for them.
Oh, not a chance.
Yeah. All right. Well, they got it. Praise the wheel.
Yeah. And yes, it is the Nebraska Omaha is the Mavericks.
Right.
Just to fact check that a little bit.
Right. All right. So who are they going to play in the 13 seed?
Gee, I hope it's a good school. We haven't had a lot of those yet.
Hey, we had Kentucky in the play-in, so.
Yes, but a lot of scrubs. Let's just say what it is. Scrub teams.
It's St. Joseph's.
All right. So the same bracket that brings you St. John's now brings you the new and improved St. Joseph's. All the way on.
Actually, St. John's came from the other bracket.
No, same slide.
Oh, slide. Say okay. So same.
No, it is the same bracket, the same quadrant.
Yeah, same quadrant. Right.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
So St. Joseph's, the Hawks, 11-14. They are 4-8 within their own conference, a solid 9-4 at home, miserable 1-8 away, and 1-2 neutral site.
So at least they don't have to be away in March Madness.
Yeah, but who wants to really play all their games in Philly forever? So, I mean, you have to deal with that. So, 13 seed. I mean, they're currently 5th from the bottom. They're sitting in the middle of their conference.
All right, it's not bad.
It's about there's say about 14 teams, and they're sitting at number 7.
Okay. They're probably more of a 16 than a 13, but still, it's not terrible, if that.
I'm sorry, they are 10 out of 14.
Oh, well, that's worse. Never mind. Well, good on you for making it.
Yeah.
All right, so the bottom half of Region 1
is brought to you by our YouTube page. We have one. Check it out. In the Tunnel channel, YouTube channel, JDJS Productions. And no, we are not the one that when you search in YouTube, apparently comes up with I forget what the kids show is, but like a kid show shows up when you search it. I think it's like Peppa Pig or something.
Oh, well.
So I'll be sure to throw that out on the Twitter page and everything.
All right, so let's hit with the 6th seed for Region 1 from the
Peppa Pig.
From the same bracket that brought us St. John, the same wheel that brought us St. John
and St. Joe's.
No, different wheel.
Different wheel. What a time to be alive! 7 wheels.
The
Most
Jacksonville Dolphins get
right.
6th seed.
All right. So it's like this. They're 12-15.
Okay.
They are 5-7 in their own conference.
Mm-hmm.
From the Atlantic Sun, I should note. 5-5 at home, 6-9 away, 1-1 in neutral site games. They are out of 3, 6, 9 teams in their conference. They are number 6.
Okay, that's pretty bad.
It is, but hey, it's a noticeable drop off after them in the standings. So,
okay,
although in their own division they are behind a team that has won only 8 games.
All right.
Because in conference that team has lost less.
All right.
Has not won more. Lost less.
Okay, I gotcha.
No, very important I point that out.
All right. Well, who are they going to face at? Who are they going to face at seed 11? The wheel shall tell. And it is North Texas Mean Green.
All right. North Texas. They are the Mean Green. They are actually not bad.
For 11?
They're 20-6. 8-5
Okay.
in their conference, 12-2 at home, 6-4 away, 2-0 in neutral site games. The second team, I believe, from Conference USA after Middle Tennessee State, it is the North Texas Mean Green.
Okay. Not bad.
Welcome to the tournament.
Right. So let's see who the wheel will grace us for the 3rd seed. Huh? Do you have your high hopes for this one?
We need some bigger schools. Some more traditional schools in this tournament.
How about the Dartmouth Big Green?
Not what I had in mind at all.
Well, the wheel
you
did.
You really presented that as if, like a actual justifiable, like negotiation. Like,
Hey.
we really reached a middle ground here.
Hey.
No, so we now have the bottom 2 teams in the Ivy League in the tournament.
Yeah.
Dartmouth is second to last. They are 11-11, 2-4 within their own conference, 8-4 at home, 2-6 away, 1-1 in neutral site games.
So, needless to say, the wheel is highly elevating their skill for its
Really?
prediction.
Who would have guessed that giving every team in all of college basketball equal odds would elevate the chances?
Hey, just bringing up the fact.
This is fun.
All right, so who will they be playing at seed 14?
Ooh.
You got any high hopes for this one?
No, but my expectation is going to be that it's going to be in a Power 5 conference because it's a 14 seed and everything seems to be reversed.
So it's Southeast Missouri State Redhawks.
It's not in the Power 5 conference. Can you repeat that one more time? I'm not trying to get all the you just said.
Southeast Missouri State Redhawks.
Southeast Missouri State. I'm not even finding that in the Google Doc. It's going to be under some other abbreviation. Oh, boy. This might take a minute. Hold on a second. Southeast.
Southeast is one word. Missouri and then state.
Yeah, well, in the standings, it might. Yeah, it's definitely not one word in the standings, but I found it. They are in the Ohio Valley Conference because, of course, every team that's Missouri State is in the Ohio Valley Conference.
Right.
They're 8-18, 3-10 in conference, 5-7 at home, 1-11 away, and the only time that they've had a winning record is 2-0 in neutral site games.
Hey, that's where they'll be playing all March Madness, considering if they make it or not.
Oh, they made it now.
All right.
Let's see if they can go 3-0.
Let's just move on.
Yeah, let's do it before this gets. Yeah, let's move on. I don't have a line there.
All right, so for the 7 seed, we get so close. We get American Eagles, American University.
Oh, we have so many. We did not do this right. There's so many bad, mid-major teams. All right, so they are in the Patriot League.
Yep, I knew that.
They are 4th in the Patriot League. They are 13-11. They are 7-6 in the conference, 8-4 at home, 4-7 away, and 1-0 neutral site games.
All right. I mean, I don't see it as a long shot that they would actually make it, but not at seed 7.
And they represent stores and malls across the world. It is the American Eagles.
Oh boy. All right.
Can we get a sponsor for that?
All right, moving on. All right, so do you have any high hopes for the 10 seed?
You keep asking me, I keep saying no, so I'm just going to change it up and say, yes, I have a lot of high hopes for the 10 seed.
Oh,
I think it's going to be
close.
some...
Nope.
Every time you say so close, I get a little depressed, though.
It's the Coastal Carolina, I can't even pronounce the last one.
Let's find out. It is the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, let's go with that. I mean, it's got to be something along those lines. It's where Josh Norman went to college. They are 12-11 out of the Sun Belt Conference. They are 6-5 in their own conference, 7-2 at home, 4-8 away, and 1-1 in neutral site games. How many teams have had neutral site games?
A lot, apparently.
It's crazy.
All right, so hopefully we get a good team because we're doing the draw for the second seed.
Yeah, we have the wheel set up so as soon as it picks a team, it kicks that team off the wheel. So, in theory, eventually we're going to get some better teams. But there's only a couple hundred teams that are possible options here. So numbers aren't really going to get a lot better.
So wait, what is the Dukens? I can't even pronounce that.
Oh, it's Duquesne,
Yeah.
a Pittsburgh team. The Duquesne Dukes.
Okay.
All you Yinzers down there, we're represented now.
Oh boy.
All right. All the way. Of course, they got the number 2 seed. Powerhouse. All right, I have to reload the document because something weird happened. But Duquesne, they're out of the Atlantic 10 Conference. I can tell you that. I don't know why I can tell you that, but I can tell you that. They do have a record.
I hope they have a record.
Well, we're going to find out what it is. And I don't mean criminal record either.
Oh boy.
No points against their driver's license, as far as I know. Let's see, the Duquesne Dukes. They are just waiting for this document to tell me the answer, Sean. It's like the SATs.
Oh boy.
All right, they are 16-9, 7-5 in their own conference, 12-3 at home, 3-4 away, 1-2 in neutral site games.
That's not too bad.
It's not. They are currently 5th in the Atlantic 10.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, not really too material. But moving on. Who are they playing?
Not yet, but soon.
Who's gonna get the 15 seed?
Who's going to lose to Duquesne? I bet it's Duke. That would be crazy if we had the Dukes versus Duke. Whew.
North Alabama Lion.
Oh, that kills my theory. North Alabama. They are another team out of the Atlantic Sun Conference. Now, remember, mere moments ago, I said that when we picked Jacksonville, that there was a team above them in the standings that was worse. North Alabama is that team.
Oh my!
They are 8-18.
Oh my!
They are 5-6 in their conference, 7-2 at home. A phenomenal 1-16 away with 0 neutral site games. It is the North Alabama Lions.
All right. Well, that rounds up Region 1. What do you have to say about the first quarter of our draft?
We need some I was really hoping that big schools would get. Well, I think that we have 2 top 25 teams in right now, and they were in the plans.
Yeah.
We need some better results. I mean, Quadrant 1 might be the most entertaining of the 4, but we don't know yet. This is absolutely thrilling stuff.
Oh my! All right.
You gotta love to hate it if you're a big time Tennessee, Duke, Virginia kind of fan.
Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna move on to the second region.
Right.
This region gets to start with the third wheel of our group.
Oh boy.
And what do they get? The Drexel Dragons at seed 1.
All right. Let's see. The Drexel Dragons. Go into my research factory. They are, out of the Colonial Athletic Association, they are the 5th team in their conference. They are 12-15, 6-8 in conference, 8-5 at home, 3-10 away, and 1-0 in neutral site games.
This is really disappointing. I guess the bracket's just telling. We'll see. All right, so
absolutely.
By contrast, who's going to get the 16 seed?
Oh boy. My guess. I mean, I don't know who's on the wheel for the next one. I'm probably going to guess a team that's not on the wheel. I'm going to guess CSU Northridge.
Nope, it is the Maryland Eastern Shorehawks.
I was really hoping you would just stop in Maryland. Maryland Eastern Shorehawks. Oh boy, that's really bad. From the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, the second to last team in the conference at 4-23, 2-10 in their own conference, 3-6 at home, and an amazing 1-17 away.
What about neutral site?
They don't have any.
Dude, this is getting great.
Given how they are like really bad in both home and away, I'd say that they're all just neutral site games. They might be playing their games in like a grocery store.
That'd be hilarious.
Whew. I mean, at this point, it's not far off. The only team worse in that division, in that conference, is Delaware State, which I'm sure we're going to get to sooner or later.
All right, so let's just keep going for seed 8.
All right.
And we get New Mexico Lobos.
All right, no, they're not in the Power 5, are they? Let's see. I guess it's the Pac-12 kind of. I guess it's kind of a Power 5, but it kind of sucks now. A very big imbalance compared to other conferences.
Really?
I mean, they've fallen off drastically.
Okay.
I'm trying to scroll up here, and document isn't letting me. All right, then. Oh no, they're not in a Power 5 conference. My apologies. They're in a better conference than mid-major though. They 11-13.
Okay.
5-7 in their own conference. 7-6 at home, 4-6 away, 0-1 neutral site games. They are the Lobos of New Mexico.
All right, so who's going to take the 9 seed facing them? Do you want to know at this point?
I'm guessing it's Bryant.
Nichols Colonels.
No idea what that even means. That doesn't even sound like a real institution.
Well, you're the one that made this damn thing.
I know. I copied and pasted. All right, from the Southland Conference, they are 11-13, 4-7 in their own conference. They are 6-2 at home, 3-11 away, 2-0 with neutral site. I mean, if we were just basing everything that we picked off of neutral site records, we might actually have a case for anything that we've been doing here. But that's not the case.
Oh boy.
God.
All right, yeah, I'm just going to move on.
You got to think fans of their respective teams are shaking in their boots now. Why isn't my team in this? And all these other shaky, barely able to field a team kind of schools are in.
All right, so we spun for 5, and it's Southeast Louisiana Lion. They get 5th seed.
Southeast Louisiana.
Anything to say about them?
Oh, if you'd give me more than half a second to do some research.
Oh, okay. I'll make sure to give you.
Not to be snippy, but here I am being snippy. So again, from the Southland Conference, not Southeastern. They are 12-13, 8-4 in conference, 6-5 at home, 6-7 away, and 0-1 games.
All right. Well, let's see who they're facing.
I think that's the third Lions team that we got.
Probably. Hartford Hawks.
Dear God. Hartford is one of the schools that I looked at when I was in high school, back in the day. I don't know if you remember back then.
Back in the day.
All right, from the American East Conference, they are fourth. They are 13-12, 6-4 in conference, 8-2 at home, 5-8 away, 0-2 neutral site games.
All right, well, I'm just going to continue to number 4 for this region.
Just keep churning.
Yep.
Keep churning. We still got plenty to achieve tonight.
DePaul Blue Demon.
Yes, DePaul. For many years, the doormat of the Big East Conference. Now that a lot of the better teams are gone, they are not said doormat. They are middle of the pack in the Big East. They are 13-10, 5-7 in conference, 10-5 at home, 3-5 on the road with no neutral site games. They are, I believe, a Chicago school.
All right. So, let's see who they're facing.
Spin that wheel. Spin that wheel.
The Illinois Fighting
Illini.
Sure.
That's where Darren Williams went to school.
Okay.
Former NBA. Hey. They are from. We finally have a Big Ten Power 5 school.
Okay.
It happens to be a bad team from them. They are 10-15, 6-8 in their own conference, 8-4 at home, 1-6 on the road. They've probably had the most neutral site games of anybody in college sports. They are 1-5 in neutral site games this year. I tell you, I've seen it all now.
All right. Well, with that, I'm just gonna keep churning. So we're doing the 6th seed now.
Illinois, just to recap, was the team that we just previously named.
Northern Kentucky Norse.
Oh boy, Northern. All right, so this one has a chance of being authentic, but it is the 6th seed.
Yeah, that's kind of a problem.
Well, Fringe, it depends on. Let's just get into it. They are number 1 in the Horizon, 20-6, 10-3 in their own conference, 15-0 at home, 5-6 away.
All right.
The Northern Kentucky Norse.
These guys play one of the teams from the play-ins for the 11 seed for Region 2.
Indeed. We'll have to go back and figure out who those teams are because I do not remember.
Moving on. The 3 seed for Region 2 is Tennessee Tech.
Oh,
Golden Eagles.
Never good when you get a tech. Oh boy. Oh boy. Boy, that's not good, Tron. Have to scroll up to see what conference they're in. All right, from the Ohio Valley Conference, they are the worst. They are the worst of 3 Tennessee teams in the conference with Tennessee in the name. They are 7-19. They are the bottom team in the conference. They are 3-10 in said conference. 5-7 at home, 2-12 away. No neutral site games.
All right.
Tennessee Tech.
All right, so I'm just gonna move on. Who are they gonna play at 14 seed?
I hope it's like New Jersey Tech.
It's Bucknell.
Oh God, it is a New Jersey team. Speak of the devil.
No, it isn't. Bucknell's in PA.
Close enough. It's like right over the border. All right.
It's actually quite far.
Okay, you know what, Sean? Neutral site games. Number 1 in the Patriot League.
All right,
17-8. Yes, it's believable.
Okay.
11-2 in conference. 8-3 at home, 7-4 away, 2-1 in neutral site games. One of which maybe played in New Jersey.
Just had to get that in there. Anyway, moving
Maybe
on to...
I don't know. Research department could find that out later, but not right now because research department is recording a show with you.
Anyway, moving on to 7.
Confront me. Anyway, yeah.
It is the Chicago State Cougars.
Oh, Chicago State. That makes sense. Chicago is a state, then what's Illinois? Oh, dear God. Oh, boy. Oh, wow. Worst team yet.
Oh, boy.
Not only are they the bottom of their own conference, they are the last team of I mean, it goes alphabetically in when it goes through the list of conferences. They are the last team on our sheet. They are 3-22.
Oh,
They are 0-10 in conference. 9.5 games back. That's where I got the 9 from. Just
okay.
They are 3-4 at home, 0-17 away, and 0-1 neutral site games.
Oh, and what?
0-1 in neutral
Okay.
site games. Woo! I mean, it can only go up from here.
All right, let's hit it.
They have a solid 12% win likelihood.
Well, we're finding out. Tulane.
All right, the wave.
Yep.
Oh, well, they suck too. Wow. From the AAC, the American Athletic Conference, it is Tulane, the worst team at 4-19. They are 0-11 in conference, 3-8 at home, 0-7 away, and 1-4 in neutral site game.
All right, so we're gonna pick
Green Wave.
We're gonna pick the number 2 seed now. I hope it's at least semi decent.
You want to bump this up to a 2-spin pickoff?
No.
Okay. We'll save that idea for the region.
Yeah. So the Charleston Southern Buccaneers get the 2 seed.
Dear God. They're not even like the best team in Charleston. They're 11-13. They're 7-4 at home, 3-9 away, 1-0 in neutral site games, and 5-6 in their own conference. They are not high up in their own conference.
All right. Well,
Big South.
Well, who gets the 15 seed? Maybe they just switched for this one.
Yeah. Surprise. We did not think this through. We should have put major teams on certain wheels. We did not think this up well.
It's the UAB Blazers.
Oh dear God.
Dude, your wheels are actually great. I'm having a great time.
What if it turns out that this is just like the losers bracket of like the NCAA this whole time?
Well,
all right. Conference USA, 15-11, 7-6 in the conference, 10-4 at home, 4-4 away, and 1-3 in neutral site games. Actually, not bad if you like get rid of that whole neutral site thing.
Right. I mean, but guess where March Madness is played?
New Jersey.
No, neutral site.
Damn it. I really thought I had you on that one.
Anyway, Region 3. Let's just get to the number 1 seed.
Sure. Or we could just spin it out of order. It really doesn't matter at this point.
Well, no, I mean, I'll go. I guess I was going to start going like up and down, so I'll do 1 seed, then 13 seed, and go like that.
Why the hell not?
So the number 1 seed is the Toledo Rockets.
No, absolutely not likely. All right. They are 20-4.
Eh.
Out of the Mid-American Conference, number 1 in the Western Division, 8-3 in their own conference, 11-1 at home, 6-3 away, 3-0 in neutral site games.
All right, so let's hit the 13 seed.
Yeah, sure. Hit it with a wheel.
And Mount St. Mary Mountaineers.
God, why are there so many mid-majors? Mount St. Mary. All right. They are 7-19. 4-9 in conference. 4-7 at home, 3-12 away, no mid-majors. No neutral game. From
right,
the Northeastern Conference.
Moving on.
Moving on.
The 8 seed.
Greener pastures.
Oh, so close.
And never a sound that you want to hear.
So the number 8 seed is the Chattanooga Mocs.
Oh, dear God. I don't even want to spell that. Chattanooga. All right. 11-15. Out of the Southern Conference, we have our second team out of there. Again, not UNCG. 6-7 in conference, 8-4 at home, 3-9 away, 0-2 neutral site. The Mocs.
All right, so now for the 4 seed. Will we get something good? No.
No.
Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils. Dude, I can't even.
That's got to be a community college.
Then why'd you put it here?
I didn't remember. Copy and paste. All right, from the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and athletic is probably used very loosely because this team is 3-22.
Hey, so are they worse than that other team?
No, they're tied.
Oh,
they are 1-10 in conference. 3-4 at home, not bad. Very respectable compared to the 0-18 away.
Okay.
No neutral site games.
All right. Well, we're just gonna move on to the 9 seed.
Yeah.
It's funny because the Memphis Tigers.
That's actually a good team.
Yeah, I know.
Not this year, but traditionally. That's where Derrick Rose went to school.
Okay.
15-10 out of the American Athletic Conference, otherwise known as the AAC. 7-5 in their own conference, 12-2 at home, 2-5 away, and 1-3 in neutral games.
Okay, not bad. So
not great, but yeah.
12 seed. This wheel is making. The High Point Panthers.
I think that's North Carolina school. Oh boy, they are in the Big South Conference. 13-12, 6-5 in conference, 8-3 at home, 3-7 away, with 2-2 at neutral site.
All right, so, actually, that's not bad considering. Considering what the wheel has picked, that's not that bad.
Yes.
Anyway, moving on. Seed 5.
By the way, we're going to do this. This is going to be something we'll just do at the end. It'll be the last 7 out, it's going to be, we're going to spin each wheel one more time at the end just to see who would have made it next if the bracket was bigger. So who basically got snubbed, but we'll figure that out at the end.
All right, so at the 5 seed, it's Elon.
Yeah. All right, I believe they're another North Carolina school.
Yes.
8-18. better than UNC Wilmington. Shout out Wilmington. They are 4-9 in conference, only the second worst team in their own conference. They are 4-9 at home, 4-7 away, and 0-2 in neutral site games. It is the Phoenix that has risen to a 5 seed.
All right, and now for Region 3's 6 seed.
Transition material on point.
It is the Niagara Purple Eagles.
All right. Niagara Purple Eagles. You mean it's not on the board? There, because I spelled it wrong.
Yes.
From the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. The 11-14 Niagara Purple Eagles are 4-8 in conference. They are 7-6 at home and 4-8 away. No neutral site games. Congrats!
Congrats. Who's going to be the 15 seed now?
Only God knows.
Only the wheels know.
Wheel God, same thing.
The Air Force Falcon.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I think we have our second. Yeah. Right next to New Mexico in the standings. in the worst direction. They are 10-14. They are 5-7 in conference, 8-4 at home, 1-8 away, 1-2 in neutral site games. They are the Air Force Falcons.
All right. So now we're going to do the 3 seed.
For 3, we have
Stanford.
Stanford or
Stan.
Stanford?
Stan.
All right. We have a Pac-12 school. I'm willing to bet that they suck.
It was like this close from UCLA.
Oh, UCLA's worse. Oh boy. 13-11. So better than traditional schools like USC, UCLA, and Arizona.
Okay.
They are in the middle of the Pac-12. 6-6 in conference.
Okay.
They are 8-2 at home, 4-7 away, 1-2 in neutral site, and they are home of Brooke and Robin Lopez.
All right.
And Andrew Luck.
But football.
I'm sure, yeah. Well, not the Lopez brothers.
But Luck.
By the way, I have a theory that Robin and Brooke Lopez are the sons of George Lopez. Just a little.
I'm not going to indulge you on that one. I'm just going to keep going. We're doing the 10 seed now.
Can you prove me wrong, though? That's my only question.
I mean, I ask you for proof.
I can't present any that say that I'm wrong.
Can you present any that says that you're right?
No, but I don't have to be right in order to not be right.
Yes, you do.
No, I can just not participate.
Okay, so anyway, the 10 seed is New Mexico State.
All right. New Mexico, wildly overrepresented. But we have a conference leader. They are in the Western Athletic Conference, 21-4, 10-1 in their own conference, 12-1 away. Or I'm sorry, 12-1 at home, 8-1 away, and 1-2 in neutral site games. How crazy is that? Their worst performances have been in neutral site games.
Yeah, but I mean, it is such a small sample size. What, 3 games? Yeah,
but I mean, 9 games away, they've won way more.
True. All right.
I mean, your odds are stacked against you more, away game than neutral site in terms of fan atmosphere. So
yeah. Anyway.
All right.
Number 11.
Along.
UCF Knights.
Oh boy. National champions of football, but that's not this. Central Florida. Oh, that's where my cousin goes. Definitely not not on the basketball team. All right, so they're third in their conference, which is the American Athletic Conference. 18-5, 8-3 in conference, 12-2 at home, 3-3 away, and 3-0 in neutral site games. They are the UCF Knights.
All right, so the 2 seed, who's going to face Air Force?
Probably like, I don't know.
Huh?
A team that we've never heard of?
No, I'm pretty sure you've heard of it. Seton Hall.
Oh, dear God. Not Seton Hall. You're so bad in our childhood. Yes, I've heard of Seton Hall because I saw Pitt beat them when I was a kid. All right, 15-9 out of the Big East Conference. They are 6-6 in conference. They've been making the tournament the last few years. They are 9-3 at home, 2-6 away, 4-0 in neutral site games. They are Seton Hall. And they join St. John's and DePaul in the tournament out of the Big East.
All right. Moving on to number 14 or 14.
I'm intrigued. Tell me, who do we have?
The Iowa Hawkeyes.
All right, we have a Power 5 school. Woo, baby.
At 14.
All right. Give me a second here. They are 19-5. They are 8-5 in their own conference. 13-2 at home, 3-3 away, and 3-0 in neutral site games. Sliding in at 14 seed, it is the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Anyway, to finish
I'm doing a Price is Right thing here.
To finish out Region 3 with the 7 seed, let's see what the wheel says.
I bid $72, Al. Or not Al, Drew. I guess is the name of the host.
What the heck?
Were we responding to the wheel or what I said?
The wheel.
Oh, good. Oh, boy. It can only get so bad. Oh, boy. Oh, wow. All right. So, yeah, that's a no. That's an unpronounceable C word, I guess, although this is a podcast, so I guess we have to do it for audio purposes. I'm guessing it's pronounced Canisius.
Canisius? Yeah, I'll go with it.
The Golden Griffins.
Yeah, I'll go with
11,
it, man.
Yeah, number 3 in their own conference. They're 11-13, 8-4 in conference, 3-6 at home, 8-4 away. They're one of those on teams that doesn't win at home, and 0-3 in neutral site games.
That's not good.
Oh boy, yeah, they're gonna get throttled by. I guess. No, never mind. Forgot.
New Mexico State?
We went out of order. I thought that they were going to get throttled by Iowa.
No. All right, well, for the number 1 seed for Region 4, last region.
Can't believe how many we need major teams.
Hey. Jacksonville State Gamecocks?
No, spin it again.
Spin it again?
Yes, spin it
Do
again.
over.
We need we need to see some upsets happen.
Northern Iowa Panthers?
I mean, that's not much better, but we'll take it.
As the 1 seed, Northern Iowa Panthers.
Oh boy. At least they're a team that's made the tournament.
I love it. This wheel is great, man.
Yeah. They're 11-15. 6-7 in conference, 8-4 at home, 1-8 away, 2-3 neutral site.
All right, well, the 13 seed for Region 4. Let's see.
This is the best bad idea we've had.
Dude, this idea was great.
Yes, it just hasn't panned out. I was really expecting to see major teams go down. We don't have any major teams to lose.
aside from the play-ins.
Yeah, but then like our sample size goes 4 to like 2.
Anyway, so the 13th seed is the Lafayette Leopards.
Sure, why the hell not? I mean,
at this point.
it's not worth spinning twice on that one. So they're 8-16.
Man,
They are 5-8 in conference.
not the worst.
No, definitely not, which is really sad. They are 3-8 at home, 5-8 away. No neutral site games because no one wants to see a team that loses both at home and away as much as they do.
Anyway,
all right.
For the 8th seed, what do we get?
Hopefully better.
Is South Dakota State better?
No, Sean, it's not.
Dude, your reaction is great.
I mean, I'm kind of genuinely disappointed, I gotta be honest.
Anyway, so the 8th seed is the South Dakota State Jackrabbits.
All right, perfect. They're number 1 in their conference. It works out. They're 20-7. They are 10-2 in their own conference.
Are you okay?
I think I'm crying.
Are you okay?
Oh no, I don't think I've ever been okay. But this is just another day in my life. All right, woo! 11-1 at home, 6-5 away, 3-1 in neutral site games.
And for the 12 seed.
Yeah. Oh boy.
The Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Oh, I'd rather just, like not have a major school, and if it's going to be Notre Dame, oh dear God. All right, from the ACC, and only our second team out of the ACC, which is mind-bending. They are 13-11, 3-8 in conference, 11-5 at home, 1-5 away, and 1-1 neutral site games. They are the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame.
All right. Anyway, for the 16 seed, let's see.
Notre Dame again.
Damn
it.
You can get Northern Colorado if you want.
I mean, do I really want?
Anyway, you get Northern Colorado.
All right. Okay, so they're second in the Big Sky. They are 17-8. 11-3 in conference. Only a half game out of number 1 in their conference.
Okay.
8-2 at home, 9-4 away, 0-2 in neutral games. Can't win the big ones, but we'll see if they can prove us wrong.
All right, for the 4 seed.
Oh boy.
It is. Okay, do you want to re-roll this? It's Florida International Golden Panthers.
Yeah, we're going to re-roll that.
Here we go.
That's a real sound.
UC Irvine.
Well. I mean, it got worse. But, I'm going off of name of... Oh, wait, no, never mind. UC Irvine, 1 in the Big West Conference.
UC Irvine Anteaters.
Sure, why the hell not? Call them whatever you want. It's not like anybody's heard of them. 21-5, 9-1 in conference, 9-2 at home, 10-2 away, and 2-1 in neutral site games. UC Irvine, Big West.
Telling you, this is the greatest idea ever.
Oh yeah, just wait till imagine if we did one for just like best in like pro sports.
Oh God! All right,
future ideas.
Anyway,
We're
9
gonna
seed.
we're gonna become a wheel podcast, by the way. We'll get to that at the end of the show. All right,
The
9 seed.
Buffalo Bulls.
Okay, all right, that's good. We have a team. We have a team that's flirted and has been in the top 25 this year.
Okay, I'll take it.
You don't really have a choice, but all right. They are 21-3.
Okay.
Number one in the Mid-American Conference. They are 9-2 in conference, which is exactly why they keep falling out of the top 25. Is because two of their conference losses are in conference. 10-0 at home, 9-3 away, 2-0 on the neutral site.
Okay.
Buffalo.
So to finish off the top half, the 5th seed coming from
Gee,
Wheel 5.
I hope it's a team we haven't gotten before.
Definitely a team we haven't gotten before.
Yeah, but the humor is
Utah State. Reroll?
all right.
Or
No, dear God, no.
no?
They have the most electric student section in the country. They are the ones. They are the originators of the "I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win" chant.
Okay.
So we have to have them in the tournament just for the fun. They are number 2 in the Mountain West at 19-6. They are 9-3 in conference. They only trail Nevada, who is 23-1 and in the top 10
Okay.
in their conference. They are 11-1 at home, 6-4 away, and 2-1 in neutral site games. It is the Utah State University.
All right. So anyway, bottom half the bracket, we're going to start with 6. And let's go.
Stace.
It is
I'm excited.
Abilene Christian Wildcats.
Okay, I'm not excited anymore. I don't even know how to spell that.
Abilene.
Okay, you know what? They're in. 20-5 out of the Southland Conference.
Okay.
9-3 in conference. The only reason why they're not number 1 in their conference is because the other team is 12-0 in conference.
Mhm.
But they have a better overall record. Does Abilene Christian? They are 11-1 at home, 7-4 away, and 2-0 in neutral site games.
Okay. So the 15 seed. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
The Little Rock Trojan.
All right, this is a team that beat Purdue a few years back in the tournament.
I don't
They're
know
not
what that
beating
means for
anybody.
now, but
It's just, trying to give people a taste of the familiarity. Maybe they'd Sean. God forbid I connect with the people. All right, so they're bad. They're 10-15.
okay. Well, they're a 15 seed, so
Yeah, 5-7 in conference, 7-6 at home, 3-9 away. No neutral site games to speak of.
all right. So now for the 3 seed.
Yes, the final 3 seed.
Are we gonna see Duke? No,
Are we
but
gonna
we
see
get
somebody else?
UConn.
Okay, Old Big East. Old Big East. Old McDonald had Big East, and they really suck. 13-12. The 4th worst team in the American Athletic Conference because they moved away from the Big East when all the teams went to the ACC.
Oh.
They are 4-8 in conference. They are 12-3 at home, 0-6 away, and 1-3 in the neutral games. The UConn
Okay.
Huskies.
So for the 10 seed,
Yes. Enlighten me, Sean.
Kennesaw State.
What seed is this?
10.
Yeah, we're going to spin that one again.
Okay.
We don't need a 5-21 team in there.
Another one, you mean?
I don't know if it's another one, but
Creighton Blue Jays.
perfect. I love it. Mostly because, oh dear God, they're bad too. but they're in the Big East, and that helps.
Okay.
They are the second worst team in the Big East. They are 13-12. They are 4-8 in conference, 8-5 at home, 2-7 away, 3-0 in neutral games. They've won the neutral site games, and that's all that matters now.
All right. Well, so we're doing the final 2 seed. So let's go.
Let's go. It's something here and something there. The final 2 seeds.
UC Davis.
Oh, my roommate's school! If only he was here to see that his alma mater made the tournament. The 9-14 UC Davis. They are 5-4 in conference. They are 5-3 at home, 3-10 away, and 1-1 in neutral site games. UC Davis, welcome.
All right. Well, 14 seed last time. Let's go. And we get Youngstown State.
No.
No? Read it.
We need a splash.
I don't know what splash you're getting from this wheel. Fairfield?
No. No. One more time. We'll pick the best of 3. Oh, boy.
Pennsylvania Quakers.
Sure. At least it's a state school. It's not at all. Let's see. It's Youngstown versus Pennsylvania. All right, so what was the other?
Youngstown, Pennsylvania, and I missed my mind.
All right, Pennsylvania it is.
Okay.
All right.
That's a 14 seed, by the way.
Yeah. All right. 14-8, by the way.
Okay.
14 fits into a 14. One time.
Okay.
They are 2-4 in conference. They are 6-2 at home, 7-4 away, 1-2 neutral site. Amazingly, they have winning records at both home and away, yet are the 3rd worst team in the Ivy League.
Okay.
But
hey,
that doesn't matter now because they are in.
So, final team. 7 seed. Let's see.
We need a splash here, so we're going to do a 5-spin max capacity. We're going to pick the best of 5 spins if need be.
San Diego State.
All right, let's do a little research here. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, spin again. 15-9.
Okay, San Diego State Aztecs is out because they... Missouri State.
No, that's probably not going to work. Yeah, it's not going to work because they're 14-12. I gavolt these people. These wheels.
Long Island University?
No. Just because that's Long Island.
Long Island University, Brooklyn Blackbird.
No. That's way too many words.
Well, all right.
All right, 2 more spins.
Illinois State?
Maybe, just because it was the school Larry Bird went to, but that's about the only thing going for it so far. Let's see what the record was. Oh, why are there so many Illinois?
Illinois State Redbirds.
Yeah, that's 14-12. All right, so we have one more spin. Let's see where we go. Oh, wait, that was Indiana State that Larry Bird went to.
Eastern Illinois.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. You know, we're going with San Diego State.
Okay.
At least that was like a more, like well known. That's where Kawhi Leonard went. So,
All right. So, I mean, notable takes. Duke didn't make it.
didn't make the cut. It's
What,
private
Purdue?
schools, man.
All right, so we want to
None
see.
of my schools went to. I mean, like I root for like 6 schools. None of them made the tournament. Although Duquesne, I have a dog in the fight with Duquesne.
Duquesne.
The Dukes.
All right, so you
Cheers.
want to see the next choices on the wheel?
Yeah. I want to see who didn't make the cut.
All right, so from wheel 1, who didn't make the cut?
And I will be providing feedback on this too.
Clemson.
All right, an ACC school. Imagine if we had that. All right, 15-9, 5-6 in conference, 11-2 at home, 2-5 away, 2-2 in neutral site games. The committee must not have been a fan of the 5-6 conference schedule, and so they have been snubbed.
All right,
They
so
always
from
have
wheel
football.
2, the Hampton Pirates.
Ah, yar matey. It be a Hampton. All right. From the Big South, the 10-14 Hampton Pirates.
Well, that's enough. They didn't make it for that reason.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
From wheel 3, the Winthrop Eagles.
All right. Birds of a feather flock together, except when the birds die because they can't make ends. Second in the Big South, 17-8, 9-3 in conference, 10-3 at home, 7-5 away, but no neutral site games.
Eh.
A true snub, if you will.
True. All right. Wheel 4. Florida A&M.
All right. Probably the worst Florida team in existence, but 10-16 out of the Middle Eastern Conference. Tells you everything you need to know.
All right. So from wheel 5. We get UNLV.
The running rebel. University of Nevada at Las Vegas. 13-11. 7-5 in their own conference. 9-5 at home. 3-4 away. 1-2 neutral site.
Anything else to say? No?
Sean Marion went there? I don't know.
All right. From wheel 6. We get the Washington Huskies.
Oh, a true snub. Oh, wow. This is a remarkable snub. And I'll tell you why. They are the number 1 team in a power conference that is the Pac-12. 19-5, 10-1 in their own conference, 12-0 at home, 5-3 away, 2-2 in neutral site games.
They can't perform when they're not home.
Exactly. They've lost all 5 of their games outside of their own building. And guess what? The tournament isn't going to be in their own building.
Yeah, don't make the cut. All right. Last one from wheel 7.
Mm-hmm.
It is Gonzaga.
Oh! Guess who's happy?
You are.
At least I think. I don't really know what happiness feels like. But this might be as close to it as I've ever gotten. Karma, I love you. All right. Gonzaga, that fraud school. 24-2. 11-0 in their stupid, fruity-ass conference. 15-0 at home, 6-1 away, 3-1 neutral. The committee knows that you play in Nowheresville. The committee knows you don't play anybody. The committee keeps you out for this reason. You're not real. Gotcha.
All right, so that does that for the wheels.
That completes the field.
And we'll be going through the full bracket next week once we compile this all together.
Yes, we will be.
And we'll see.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Something about wheels.
Oh, yeah.
All right. But on a more serious note, we've decided we're no longer going to do the structure where, like, we're going to do, like, sports recaps and stuff like that. But we're going to be a wheel-based podcast from now on. We're going to choose our topics via wheel. So every week we'll have wheels to just kind of, like, go through, like, I don't know, no more than 3 or 4 topics. And then we're just going to present what the wheel tells us. Also, we're going to come back next week. We're going to run through the wheel again. We're going to have basically one wheel full of, let's see. How do we want, we're going to have to play this with multiple wheels, but we're going to have to,
Well,
for scores.
Each thing is literally going to be 50-50.
Actually, we don't need to do scores. We'll just do wheels of the teams.
It'll just be 50-50. Coin toss, basically.
All right, we can do that.
Just top and bottom. Those are the only 2 choices.
Yes. So now we have to find an online coin flip.
It's not that hard.
Yeah. Well, to throw into we have to be plausible, Sean. We have to be plausible.
Right.
We can't just flip a coin and be like, oh, it landed on the floor, and you can't see it. Although, what kind of audio podcast really goes all out for listeners like we do? Friday night recording. None of our teams made it.
Complete
I was
upset.
wearing a Hofstra. Well, you went to Rowan. Your team wasn't D1 anyway.
Yeah, don't worry. None of our sports are D1 anyway. So.
Yeah. I was wearing a Hofstra shirt. I was hoping that they'd get in, but no.
They were close, actually, a couple times.
Oh, wow.
So was Duke. Duke was like one after like 3 teams. Or
Someone
one
got
before.
Hurt. I bet someone gets hurt. Not that I'm rooting for it. I'm just saying the simulator says it all.
Anyway, yeah. Thanks for tuning into this episode, and catch you in the next one.
Yeah, I'll be putting up the bracket online soon.
See ya.
See ya.